My question is to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and asks, does he have any concerns about the Scott Base redevelopment in Antarctica?
Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Quite right. That's exactly how I started it, and that's why this is a very serious answer. Yes, we do have some serious concerns. Since the coalition government took office last week, we've been briefed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade on serious cost escalations. Does it sound familiar? On serious cost escalations, now that they're all by themselves, serious cost escalations that the Scott Base development project has undergone under the previous government, 2020 to 2023. No, he's walking right into it. He's leading with his chin. He wants to know, how did it start off? Well, here we go. Yeah, that is on top of the nearly $200 million additional funding the Labor Cabinet approved in December 2022. We're looking at the situation with urgency and have sought advice as to why Antarctica New Zealand has not yet been able to reach an agreement with its preferred contractor. Here we are, 4 years on, nothing done again. And how the project... we get into that, keep asking supplementary questions, I've got it all worked out. And how the project can be brought back within the funding envelope that was originally agreed when somebody was in charge and knew what he was doing. We have also questions around Antarctica New Zealand's management of the project, and we intend to get answers to those questions in the weeks ahead, and also raise the issue of what happened to the private funding idea, or did the Minister of Finance just scare them off?
How much are the cost overruns and what caused them?
Sadly, a repetitive story. In Budget 2019, at that stage, indicative costs of the redevelopment, listen to this, were $262 million, with Cabinet also deciding that Antarctica New Zealand would raise $50 million through private sponsorships. What happened to that was, of course, that the government went on, one party governing by itself, and what a mess that was. Unbelievable. Unleashed with no experience, no understanding of business, couldn't run a corner dairy. They did this. In April 21, the previous government, that I'm screaming out now, approved $344 million to cover the full cost of the redevelopment of Scott's Base. And in December 22, an additional funding package was approved, bringing the total government commitment to, listen to this, $503 million. Just like that, doubled it. So on returning to government, we were appalled to learn that $250 million has doubled, and if action is not taken, will continue to rise. The previously agreed $50 million sponsorship has also disappeared, a decision we're going to find and get to the bottom of. We have now been advised that yet more additional funding may be required to complete the project.
Supplementary?
Yeah, just before you do, I think you've got to moderate those answers. That's a very long answer. I was struggling to stay with it. And I represent the general public here. Jenny Markle.
Supplementary. What are the next steps?
Mr. Speaker, I understand your qualification, but misery often takes a long time to spell out. Look, various options have been considered by Antarctica New Zealand, and we made it clear to officials that we will only consider options that are costed to remain within the overall project budget that was originally agreed and as close as possible to the initial timeline of delivery, because time costs money and we are concerned at the terrible waste and future potential delays.
Supplementary.
Jenny Markle.
Why is New Zealand redeveloping Scott Base?
Mr. Speaker, it may not seem so important, but the reality is it's a redevelopment project important to this country's strategic national interests. We're committed to ensuring Scott Base is an effective, safe and sustainable base for globally significant science, working with partners such as the United States. The flow-on impacts to New Zealand and the rest of the world of this scientific research is critically important, but the project must be completed in a cost-effective and timely manner which respects the hard-earned money of Kiwi taxpayers, and no more outsiders think they can rip the taxpayer off because the people doing the auditing don't know what they're doing. Like that man over there.